It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hello to all. Welcome to Divas That Care Network. I am Joyce Benning, and I will be your host for this absolutely invigorating, robust lifestyle show. I would like to thank each one of our listeners who have tuned in live today and the ones that will be listening to the recording on the podcast. I am just very grateful and thankful for each and every one of you. And each one of you listeners are in for a very special show today, as I have my monthly returning diva, Beth Lauren Parrish, with me. And her and I are going to chat about offering more. Oh my, what a great show this is going to be. Beth, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners today?
Of course. Thanks so much, Joyce. I'm Beth Lauren Parrish, and my business is Inspired Riding. I'm a remote coach, certified riding instructor, and also a rapid transformational therapy practitioner, which is a unique form of hypnotherapy. I encourage all of my clients to truly slow down and trust their intuition, listen deeply to their horses so they can have the best co-creative dances with them, whether they're on their backs or on the ground with them. And yeah, we have a lot of fun, and I'm just so grateful to be here again.
Oh, Beth. Well, I am so grateful to have you on the show. And everything you were saying that you do, it just fit with what our title is today, because you are offering more and more to the world to make it a better place. And I love that, exactly what you're doing. And I love the slow down and trust your intuition, because one thing that comes to my mind right away is your intuition offers you so much more if you just listen to it. So those are some things that I picked up right away as you introduced yourself for offering more.
I love that. Thank you so much for that.
You are so welcome, Beth. How would you like to start our chat today on offering more? I know it's going to go from one thing to the other because there are so many different ways to be offering more. But what are some ways in all of your coaching and everything that you're doing, how do you feel that offering more comes into all of that working with your clients?
Well, when I work with my clients, especially in my private group, I create a theme for them. So each month I set up actually all the themes the beginning of the year. And so this month was offering more. And what I really wanted to focus on was asking ourselves, what can we offer ourselves more? And that way, when we start to give ourselves permission to take more on that we would really enjoy, that would make us feel better in our lives mentally, physically, and emotionally, then we can, fill up our own cups so that way we can let it overflow, and then we can give from the overflow. Whether it's, with our other animals or people or projects or whatever else we want to do in life. So the interesting thing that happened is, because this is the theme, my body really was telling me it needed more from me. I ended up having an issue where my neck was very swollen and my energy was really low, and I didn't know what was happening. So I finally got checked out, and I have an enlarged thyroid. And basically my thyroid was overworking, and it was on the hyper side. And I kind of laughed at that because you know how much I do in my life already and how much all the projects I've done. It's like my thyroid was displaying my personality, like I'm doing too much almost. Like I've been offering too much to others, and yet I need to focus on what I need to offer myself. So that really hit home. And as soon as I started doing some research, I went right to one of the books that I've always come back to. It's Anthony Williams' Medical Medium. And I started reading it, and I was reading about, what kind of healing foods and supplements your body needs to help get back in order. And as soon as I started reading what the foods were, I actually started crying. It was like my body was like, I felt such relief that I was finally going to focus on nourishing it completely for what it truly needed. And I'm not kidding you, in 3 days after, like, I went to the store and got almost everything on the list. In 3 days, I got my energy back, and then in a week later, my neck stopped hurting. I was like, okay then. I got the main supplements you suggested, and I was determined to like approach it on a natural level. Like, of course, I will still go to an endocrinologist just to be safe, to have backup, but I really wanted to see, hey, what can I do to actually give myself more? And so that's something I want to encourage people to do, is that you don't have to give away your power to others. You can really just tune into your intuition and figure out what it is you truly need. So you can literally just place a hand on your heart and ask, what do I need more of in my life? And then from there, if you're already connected to your heart and breathing, then you can ask your horse or your animal, what do they need more of? And then see what comes up. And then from there, the next level is asking them what they think you should do more of, so you can get their advice. So that's principally what I did with my clients in the group meeting. We do meditation just like that, and then we all share like what comes up for us, which is really cool.
Oh wow. I love that. I love how you started of offering ourselves more. And then your example, that is so true. I have found so many times our body tells us what we need, but sometimes we're so busy in our mind and there's so much noise going on up there that we can't even hear it. And just like you stopped and started looking for different options and ways, and how your body started, when you started to cry, you knew that your body was saying, oh, wow, you're finally taking time to look at what your body needs, is how I look at it when you gave that example. It's all inside of us, I feel, if we will just shut that busy mind down for a while and listen to our heart. And like you said, put your hand on your heart and ask, what do I need more in life? And how beautiful that is. And to me, that's exactly what you did with that example, because you stopped the busy mind and found ways to help your body to heal. And how beautiful that is. Oh, what a beautiful example, Beth. I love that.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And I was just laughing at myself. Like, of course this was the theme this month. And then, of course, next month, July, is shaking off excess. Like, what can we let go of?
I love it.
So that'll be fun to talk about, too.
That will definitely be fun to talk about. That's a great idea. But even with offering more, I have found for myself, it's just being out in nature and sometimes just standing there and absorbing it. This morning, the redbirds were singing so beautiful, and they were just right there and right where I could see them. And I always say you can see it, you can feel it, and you can hear it. It's just beautiful. But for me, it's like, okay, we got to shut that busy mind down and just take a moment to feel all of that coming inside of us. And it's such a great feeling. That's how I recharge, is how I would say, is just being out in nature and being with my horses. I mean, I was kissing all of them this morning and they were kissing me back. And it was just like, oh my, it's just something they seemed to need and I needed too. And we were just giving back to each other what we were needing by offering more of ourselves to each other. And I feel once you go inside and find what yourself needs, you're so much more open and full of energy to be able to offer more to the rest of it. Be the animals, be helping out in nature, be humans, whatever it is. There's so much more of you to give when you go inside and find what you need yourself. So do you find that true with your clients too?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the more I said it earlier, the more you give yourself permission to really take care of yourself and offer yourself more throughout the day, so many of my clients will always think of everyone else first before themselves. And I'm always reminding them, hey, start with you. Fill your joy cup up first. And it's so important to remind yourself. And a lot of it's conditioning. Like when I do these RTT sessions, we go back in time, and a lot of the reasons that people don't feel like they can give themselves more is, they were not built up. They didn't have the best self-esteem because of the environment around them. And so it's just a way of realizing that, hey, that was something that happened in the past. I don't have to take that on anymore. I can create a new identity. And once you do that, once you decide to create that new identity, then you can go, okay, what is it that I really want in my life? What do I need more of? My body also said, you need more naps, lady. So I've been very much listening and taking a lot of extra naps, and that's been awesome. And then my horses told me they really liked, I randomly go out in my pajamas before bed and give them like 2 little carrots, like the baby carrots, They're like, can you do that every night? It's really cool.
I love it.
So I've been offering them more. And I don't like to give them too much sugar, so they just get like 3 to 4 baby carrots at the most each evening. I'm like, that's quite enough. But they just love that connection, and they'll just stand there with me and lick my hands like crazy after the carrots are over, and I just receive that love. So that's like the coolest feeling. And they look for me. And then last night I got so busy, I actually went to bed and went, I didn't do it. And I felt really bad. And so as soon as I woke up, we went to feed the horses. I gave them the carrots. They're like, oh, good. You didn't forget completely. So I thought that was really sweet that I've gotten into that routine now. And then I felt bad because I didn't do it, even though it was like a bonus thing.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that is so sweet. I love how they lick your hands. That's their way of showing their appreciation to you, because you're offering more of yourself to them.
Oh,
that is just incredible. And how, like you said, you're listening to your body to take a nap when you need it, and rather than say, no, I'm just going to push through this and keep going, because your body knows exactly what you need, way better than our mind knows sometimes what our body needs, is how I feel.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, with the hyperthyroid, coffee was not advised. So I've been off coffee now a week. So I've realized that when I feel like I need to take a nap, I used to just drink some coffee to keep on pushing through. And now I'm like, well, I can't do that. I might as well just nap. It's really interesting. But yeah, it's a big deal for me to let that go because, man, I love that coffee. But it is what it is. So now it's starting to heal my body more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what you said earlier, too, I think women always feel, like you said, we put ourselves last and always feel like we have to give more to everyone else. And I've seen that so much with women and myself, and my horses have told me, take time for yourself. Just be in that present moment. And it's so true. We have to heal ourselves first. But I think women are really, really programmed that, okay, we got to keep doing this for somebody else, and I'm okay. I'll be all right. I don't need to do anything for me. And we need to get out of that mindset. We have to take care of ourselves first before we can take care of others, is what my horses have told me, and what I am finding is such the truth. Because just like you, with the coffee, drinking the coffee rather than taking the nap, you were pushing more so you could do more, probably for others too, versus trying to get things ready for your programs and everything that you're doing and your coaching. And that's how us women are. We always push for more. I think that's kind of a characteristic that runs in women, is what I have seen.
Yes, and especially horsewomen. They're like more on the type A personality where they just, always searching for solutions, which is an admirable trait for sure. But if you just shifted that to go, okay, what do I need first to make the rest of the day better? And it might literally just be 5 minutes of laying on your yoga mat, doing some intuitive stretches, and then you're good to go. But your body is like asking you to really pay attention. And unfortunately for me, it happened in this thyroid screaming for help, like, hello. So if I were to have listened earlier, I might not have had that issue, but it is what it is. So you just go with what emerges. And so my advice is really, if you can really start to just shift that, like even if you just treated yourself as if you were another animal that you had to take care of, like start with yourself first. Like that might be, like you're a young horse and you need this extra attention, even if you have to switch your mind like that to get yourself in that mind frame, then I say go for it. Get creative, get imaginative,
Oh, I love that. Get creative, because that's exactly what it is. Just get creative with what you really need. If whatever it is that recharges you and makes you feel better, just take those few moments to do it, and you'll be amazed. And what's amazing to me, it's not something that takes hours and hours. It's sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes. It's those few extra minutes that you give yourself each day that can totally recharge you. It helps physically, mentally, and emotionally is how I feel it does for myself when I take those few moments to just do what my body is needing and what I need to recharge myself and give back to myself is how I look at it. And it's not something that people have to say, oh my, I don't have time for that. You can do it on a 10-minute break. You can do it just in a few minutes. Just recharging your body it's so important. And I don't think as women it's been stressed to us enough how important it is to take those few minutes for ourselves.
I think that's why they joke that women have to sit down to pee, because it's the only time they usually get to sit. Something my sister taught me I thought was really cool is like if you were to set up in your phone like little reminders to go off, even with fun music, to like just put your hand on your heart and breathe for 30 seconds and just come back to yourself, I think it's a great way to kind of like start to carve that in, because people always like to say they don't have time, but it's just about making it a priority. You totally can make the time for it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, how I agree with that. It's just taking, like you said, just putting your hand on your heart and breathing. That's just giving back to yourself. It's not something big and major. It's just the little things that all add up to make it so important on giving back to yourself. And I love that about women, because, that's probably the truth. That is about the only time we sit down.
I thought that was pretty funny. It just came back to me. I'm like, I guess I'll say it.
That was cute. I like that. Well, I've often been told by, you just don't know how to relax. And I'm like, well, I relax. And I think that, too, is each person relaxes in a different way. Because my husband and I are totally different on that. Me being out in nature and being with the animals, that's relaxing to me. Maybe even just cleaning the horses' pens. It's relaxing because it's something I can do and be out in nature, and I can just be enjoying the sounds around me. It's just the little things like that you can realize, even if you are doing a task taking care of the animals, and if that's what recharges you is being out there with them, you can make those tasks be something that recharge yourself, as well as it being a chore that you need to do. At least that is in my instance, because I've done it so many times, and out checking cattle. It's just being out in the nature with them. It's just being out enjoying it, because I can be relaxed out there, and it's not something that I feel is a cumbersome task. It's something that recharges me and relaxes me, and yet I'm still doing something and getting something done, but it's my way of recharging myself because I'm out and doing what I enjoy. So.
I love that. Well, nature is so healing in itself. It's just reminding us what it's like to be a human instead of in these boxes with all these gadgets,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so important. Yeah, I love mucking stalls too. We don't have really stalls. We just have a big paddock, a big cover. So every once in a while they poop in there, but it's not very often. But when I see poop, I'm like, yes, I get to fling it. Little things like that. It's like when you do that, it is very rewarding. So I can see the relaxation part in it because, you have this one little task that you get to take care of, but then you just feel relief because it's done. And then you also get into that appreciation mode. Like there's poop, which means there's healthy horses. And that's always a good smell.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And even feeding my horses, the reward that you get, because the one whinnies until you get there, and then he's just so excited that his feed's in his bunk, and the other one's he can hardly wait till you get it poured into his feed bunk, and I'm like, it's just such a rewarding feeling to know that you're helping them by feeding them, but yet you're filling your cup too, because you're seeing how appreciative they are, and it goes both ways. We recharge each other all the time.
I love it. And they make the best sounds ever. I absolutely love when horses get excited and make those sounds.
Mm-hmm. They're whinnying and their ears are up, and it's just a lot of fun. Or even on your your pets inside, the dogs, how happy they are to see you when you come home, or how happy they are when you're giving them their food. I mean, it's just animals recharge me, I guess is what I would say, and they've probably gathered that from our chat. Animals in nature are what recharge me, whether I'm taking care of them or whether I'm just out with them. I can be recharged either way through my animals. And the cats, I have cats too, and they're just so cuddly and lovable and always so happy, and just watching them play, these kitties, is so much gives back to myself, is what I would call it. So
absolutely.
Those are some different ways that even people that have just indoor pets, or I know some people have birds, and they love their birds to just watch them and have them as their pets. So there's just so many ways in little steps to just think about recharging yourself. It's just getting out of our busy to-do minds and just kind of look at the simple things in life and let them recharge you.
Yeah, I think it just comes back to offering yourself more love and connection. I mean, that's what it feels like to me. These little animals, especially inside my little Cordelia is wagging her tail at me right now. She's very good at offering her love and appreciation, especially when there's she just threw her busybody on the floor. So we put these little rawhide shoes inside this busybody, and that's like her thing. And if I don't get it on time, she starts to gripe at me. So she's very much in charge of making sure that she gets taken care of and gets offered more and more. So she's a very good teacher for me, in that she's super clear and very assertive, but also really good about offering lots of love to me, especially when I get things on time. So, and now she's excited because I'm going to give it to her now. But I'm just so grateful that they exist and that we get to interact with them. And I know they're grateful that we gave them a home, a loving home. Especially our Rose is a little bit 6 months older, and I know she had a hard time. We don't know the details of what happened in her beginning of her life, but she got so attached to my husband that she gets really sad when he leaves, because she just knows that he's her person, and she's just so grateful for him for giving her that home. And it's just the coolest feeling when you have that connection and that love. You're really allowing yourself to receive more love, and that's what it's all about when you offer yourself these connections and really get quiet and take it in. It almost gets so overwhelming, so you get so teary-eyed. Like I get like that when I just stare at Pepper, my pony. I'm just like, I just love you so much. And he's like, I know. All right, scratch me here. So they're very clear, and I appreciate that too. So I think the more you can focus on what you appreciate, especially the clarity that our animals offer, then we can focus on becoming clear about what we really need. And I think that's the most important thing. And then once we can establish what we need, then just grab life by the unicorn horn and just do it. Yep.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love how you said the animals give us so much clarity, and they do. I look so many times at my animals, and they always say horses mirror you, and they do. I see it so much, and I even feel my dogs do. My dogs have mirrored me over the years. When I start to see different characteristics in them and different things, I'm like, I see that in me. They're just mirroring me. They're trying to show me what I'm like. And I love that because it makes it so much clearer and brings it so home to yourself when you just stop and kind of look at what they're doing, like with your little dog and what she is doing and everything she's very clear at what she needs and what she wants, and that is awesome, and how she gives it back and gives you so much in return when you make that love and connection. Oh, Beth, we have talked about so many things. It has just been beautiful. I love it, and I knew this would go so quickly, which it always does. And before we close this great show today, would you please share with our listeners the best ways to connect with you, Beth?
Oh, absolutely. I think the easiest way is if they just go to my website, inspiredriding.com, and they can go to the contact page and just email me there. If they like Facebook, they can go to facebook.com/inspiredriding. And they could also join the Facebook group that I have, and you can find that on the website as well. So, Instagram at Inspired Riding as well. Those are the main ones.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Oh, that is perfect. That way when they listen to this show and say, I need to connect with Beth, they will know every way that they can connect with you, Beth. And Beth, I want to thank you so much for being on my show, and I so look forward to our next chat in July. And until then, I wish you and all your animal families a very magical month ahead.
Thank you so much. You too. And may the horse be with you always.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Beth. And I want to thank each one of our listeners for listening to this absolutely invigorating show with our amazing diva, Beth Lauren Parrish. Please share this show with all your family and friends, and check out all the other hosts and their shows on divasthatcare.com. And remember some of the golden nuggets that Beth and I chatted about today. Just think about and ask yourself how to offer yourself more, and what do I need more in life? And just take those couple moments and put the hand over your heart and just think to yourself, what do I need? And with your animals, just look at them. They're very clear on so much about you. So I want to wish each one of you a very, very magical day, and your animal families too. And be kind to all, and give your animal families that great big extra hug, and share your love with them until we connect again on Robust Lifestyles. Stay strong and healthy.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.